Okie doke. Oh, another email. Excellent.
Welcome to Big Questions, Short Answers. I'm Sian.
And I'm Andy, Sian's husband, asking the big life questions.
And possibly adding a little bit of unsolicited advice.
Maybe. This podcast is brought to you by Sian's value-based online course. Visit sianjacquet.com to find out more. We've had another email from a Cynthia, and she says, panic, panic, panic. She has got a friend request from an old boyfriend. She's married, a couple of kids. She says, what do I do? What do I do? Do I say yes, I want to be a friend with my old boyfriend? He's smiling at me. You've probably got hundreds in your bloody Facebook.
I wouldn't quite say hundreds, but do you know something? If somebody is asking that question, do you know where my mind goes? Married, kids, so she's in a relationship. The first door I would open is what's creating the anxiety of what is it?
I suppose.
Somebody who you've known 10, 15, whatever years ago has pressed a button to say, become a friend.
Yeah.
What on earth are you panicking about?
Well, I think potentially, because I've been through it myself, you get these connections, but there's that feeling, am I being disloyal?
Lovely. We've got to the nub of it very quickly.
Am I being disloyal by accepting this friend?
Well, the answer's very quick and very easy.
Is it?
It's about the depth and robustness of your relationship and how important are the values within your relationship.
And where that relationship is going at the time.
Is trust and open sharing a thing, or is it not? You know,
I don't think I
so when in the you did
I?
2 or 3 times. Oh, look, I'm looking at, and you've shown me the picture and whatever, right. and you know, you're then walking into a world of course, you want to look at their photographs and see how old they are and who their partner is and what they're doing. That's just human nature. I don't think there's anything wrong in that.
A little bit of judgment, always good.
The fear is based on, I think, well, you know, again, which Pandora's box is you opening? You know, if it's somebody in the past that you're still carrying a torch through and you're already in an established relationship, I'd just tell you straight, no.
And they're in the same city.
Move away from the accept button. Yeah.
Well,
do you want to invite that drama into your world? Unless the relationship you're in, you don't want. I mean, this has degenerated very fast. Well, if that's the point, then I would say,
Cynthia, what's going on? What's going on in your life?
You have a moral obligation to sit down with the person who. You know my 101 on this, right? Again, I believe that people fall in love, people get attracted to other people. It's it's human, it's normal, it's all of those things, right? But that doesn't give you permission to do it. What it is about communicating that with the person you're in a relationship with, right? So if you come back to the social media, it's about trust. What I would say is, if you can't find the picture in your head, you can't create that immediate vision of sitting down with your partner saying, have a look at this. Whoa, look who's trying to contact me. Well, you didn't even know, but there's somebody from the...
Oh, he lost his hair.
You're right. But it's actually making a statement more about your relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that there are a few filters which would be probably very basic but recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first filter is, what's the agenda? Is it as simple as they've seen me, they've pressed a button? Or are there unresolved issues? Was there something that didn't actually have a closure? Just be very careful that you're not being, somebody's not fishing to bring you into a situation that really, that boat sailed.
Like, for example, that guy that's put in this friend request, he might have been recently separated, divorced.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can look at... I love the way your mind works. It could be perfectly innocent and genuine and a reaching out of connecting and friendship.
Yeah. But
good thing about social media is that it's not happening in your living room, is it? So you can cut it off and walk away. What I would say is you do need to sit there and filter what is the agenda here, right? And do I want to invite this into my life?
Yeah. And what your partner, from both sides, of course, what your partner is like. I mean, if there's some kind of stalky, jealous type. I mean, just
you're talking about a whole different world there. I mean, all I can do is, one of our fundamental values of our relationship is loyalty and trust.
Absolutely.
Right? I would never have married you if you weren't loyal and I couldn't trust you. And I can distinctly remember, literally the day you asked me to marry me, there were some very real conversations we had for about 2 to 3 weeks afterwards when I pulled out loads of questions that we needed to have very serious discussions about. And I can literally remember us talking about that. What happens if you meet somebody and you think, oh, yeah, and, whatever. My view hasn't changed.
Yeah.
If that happens, well, will I be sad? Will I be angry? Will I have something to say about it? Very likely. Yeah. But my expectation is that we extricate ourselves from one relationship before we start another.
Yeah.
Because if you come to me and say, I have met somebody that I think I have feelings for, will I find that absolutely devastating? Yeah, of course I will. Right? But if you're telling me, but I've done nothing about it, but we need to separate, or do you know what I mean? I don't want to make this more than it is, but fundamentally...
Cynthia, why do you bring this up? She's talking about separating.
Well, I'll be under no illusion. You play away from home and I will destroy you through Facebook or anything else.
It's true, but she's... I mean, I think what we're saying here is that...
If it's open...
Yeah.
If you can be open about it, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah.
And having a teaspoon of salacious interest in what the hell are they doing, it's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with any of that, I don't think. And I've done it every now and again. I've put a name in and thought, are they?
I mean, the benefit for us, we're the other side of the world to our former relationship, so they're not going to turn off at the front door, are they? I don't know what the story is with Cynthia.
So, Cynthia, the bottom line is, if there's no agenda in this and you can openly discuss it with your partner, then go for gold. But I do believe you have to take your partner's feelings and opinions into that consideration. Otherwise, you are inviting trouble.
You're going down a very dark road.
Trouble.
I mean, there was this program that's on TV, which I think is just bonkers, of this one where they invite 3 people in the relationship and they kind of fight it out. Have you seen that?
Reality TV. Car crash TV.
Oh, my God. They're just... How on earth would you put yourself in that situation? Apart from Instagram followers.
Maybe because you don't believe in lifetime monogamous relationships.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different podcast. But, it's not... we were brought up in a world where it wasn't a thing.
Death to us part.
That happened sooner than later.
In hell.
Why do you chortle like that? So, yes, Cynthia, go for gold, but don't do it in a vacuum because it will not work out well.
There you go, Cynthia. I hope that's useful, and you won't be writing to us in a couple of months' time and saying, what do I do with my divorce? Oh, then again, it might be a positive thing for you.
Well, that's a whole other conversation, but let's be absolutely clear. If you were in a relationship with somebody who has a very visceral response to you being contacted by somebody out of the blue, you probably need to sit down and have a little think about what exactly are you dealing with here.
Because sticking with somebody through thick and thin isn't always the best thing. Very often not.
Well, that's a whole different conversation. What we're talking about is trust. Yeah. Do you trust somebody?
Yeah.
Right? So if you said to me this afternoon, oh, I've had a phone call, ex-girlfriend that I was, 50 years ago or whatever, 40, 50 years ago, I was at uni years.
How old am I?
Very. That they're coming over to New Zealand and I've been invited to go and meet them. I can't go. I've been invited, but I can't go because I'm working.
Yeah.
Would I say to you, well, you can't go? Oh, absolutely not. I'd say, I'll go for golf.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you would because we have a very solid relationship like that.
It doesn't, it's not even a thing. I would find that exciting for you.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'm secure enough in myself to not think he's going to go there and think, oh, I made the wrong choice. To come back and say, oh, I think I made the right choice. I think, well, let me help you. Where is she? Off you go. I'm being quite facetious, yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because that question that she's asked is...
It opens up a lot of doors, doesn't it?
It's not really about somebody that's reached out of nowhere.
No, not at all.
That's either there's a very real agenda there or it's just an innocent press that, I wonder what they're doing. Let me have a look at their photographs. How are they doing?
But it's down to her to think about her...
Absolutely.
Her relationship and what's...
Yeah. And I think 9 times out of 10, if you're stopping there and you're thinking, was this the right thing to do? You're probably reflecting back into the past and there's some unresolved issues there. Yeah. Unless you're married to a control freak, but let's not even open that.
All right, brilliant. Well, I hope it goes well, Cynthia, and we'll leave it there.
Let us know.
Join us next time on Big Questions, Short Answers with Sean Jacquet and me, Andy.
If you have any questions you want to ask, please send them via the website, seanjacquet.com.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share it with everyone you know.
We really do appreciate you sharing 15 minutes with us.
And if you want to do a bit more learning, go on to Sean's website, seanjacquet.com. There's a course on values to create the life you truly love. I did it, and it really does do what it says on the can.
See you next time.